Corinne.
And I'm Brandi.
Welcome to A Pot of Tales, the podcast where we read you short stories we made up and now you have to listen to.
Every week we will each present a short story using the same genre, setting, and a challenge item to include. Everything else is up to our own interpretation.
So by the time this episode comes out, it'll be November 3rd. October is done and gone. I hope everyone had a good Halloween. For us, it hasn't happened yet. It is still... Wait, what's today's date?
Oh, it's the 29th.
Okay, so today's the 29th. We still have a couple more days till it's actually Halloween. But I did get to go to a Halloween party last night, and I was Mothman. No one got it. I put so much effort into that costume, and not many people got it. They were just like, I just thought you were a bug. And I was like, well, I guess, yes, I am a bug, but I'm a man-sized bug.
A man-sized bug. I like that.
Yeah. But all the Halloween stuff going on so far, but I have most of my candy ready for trick-or-treaters. I got the full-size bars this year.
Ooh.
I did it last year too, so I have to do it. Otherwise, I don't want to get TP'd. Can't disappoint the children. Okay, so Brandi, you had a matter of business you need to touch upon. So why don't you go ahead?
Rest in peace, Matthew Perry. I am so disappointed in this. I really am.
Yeah, I'm sorry for your loss.
I've watched all of Friends. Like every single episode, every single season. And he was always like one of my favorites.
Oh. Yeah, I've only seen a couple episodes here and there. I haven't watched them all the way through, but he was definitely one of my favorite characters. I was pretty bummed out. I was at the party last night when I found out about it.
And you texted me about it.
Yes, that's when I texted you. I texted you pretty much right when I found out about it.
And when I found out about it, I was like in the living room with everyone and I just screamed, Matthew Perry died!
Oh.
And they were like, you didn't know that? I'm like,
What? What do you
oh,
mean?
okay.
I thought the news had like just come out when I texted you.
I don't know how long it was, but apparently they knew before I did.
And they didn't bother to tell you.
No, they didn't. Rude.
I think you need some new roommates.
I think so too.
A new husband.
I'm just kidding. I love you guys. Because I know you're going to be listening to this.
Yeah, you guys have some serious making up to do for her. Mm-hmm. That's just rude. So there's that. Also, on a lighter note, I would like to say that by the time this comes out on November 3rd, I am pleased to say that it'll be socially acceptable in 20 days to listen to Christmas music.
I am also so pumped for that.
I love it. It's a fight for me every year not to listen to it before, and sometimes I sneak it. But the radio station that I listen to for Christmas, they play it 24/7 from Thanksgiving to New Year's, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And then like after that, they kind of wean you off of it. Like they'll kind of mix it into regular music to get you back into the normal mode. Disappointing.
Yeah.
No more Christmas music. But it's for people like me because I love Christmas music so much that I actually get really bummed when it just goes right back to normal music. I can't do it. So I like that I get weaned off of it at least.
Every year I play this one song, the Mariah Carey Christmas song.
All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Mm-hmm. And my boss hates it so much.
Oh, I love that.
So I play it every year to make him really mad. And he always threatens to fire me, but I do it anyways. And he doesn't fire me, so.
When I used to go to Zumba with Ryan's mom, hi Sue if you're listening, we used to do that song around Christmas time. It was like one of the few Christmas songs you would put into the, what's it called, the routine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So then we'd do that song and I would lose my mind every single time. I loved it.
Was it like a hard routine?
No, it's pretty much just jumping up and down and dancing to it. Like, it was pretty easy. She was a good teacher. Other than your terrible loss, how has your week been so far?
It's been fine. Just mostly working, and then yeah, that's it.
Didn't you go somewhere?
Oh yeah. So I went and saw the new Taylor Swift movie.
How was it?
It was really good.
Was it like you were there?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I thought it was going to be kind of like a documentary as well, but it was just like the 3 hour concert.
Ooh.
But they did it really well. I
Yeah.
thought, like, it felt like I was there.
Were people getting up in the theater dancing and singing?
Um, they mostly just all stayed in their seats. The crowd that I had, there was only like a couple of groups,
Mm-hmm.
so the theater wasn't packed.
Oh, yeah, you guys went like a week or two after it came out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's probably the best time to go if you don't want to be like in the middle of people getting up and dancing and screaming the lyrics.
Yeah, and we also went to the 7:30 showing on a Sunday night, so
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it if it comes out on like some sort of streaming service and I don't have to pay for it. I'll probably watch it
That's a
then.
good idea.
It'll probably be like next year.
Yeah.
I'll just be a year behind, but that's okay.
But it was a really good movie and it went through like all of her eras.
Yeah. What's your favorite era?
I really like the Lover
Mm.
era.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just like it.
Yeah. I haven't listened to all of her music yet. I've listened to a majority of it,
Yeah.
but like since I got Spotify Premium, I meant to listen to them all, like in order, like the albums, and then just kind of forgot. I listen, I like to listen to music, but I listen to a lot more podcasts than I do music. So,
Yeah.
like at work, when I'm listening to my podcasts, I do have music on, but it's like the basic radio.
Mm.
So that, like I'll have like a radio station on. I like the mix station, so like I'll have that on going into one ear, and then the other ear has podcasts.
How do you do that? How do
Um,
you focus?
that is how living with ADHD is. I get to switch my focus to different things.
But I also do, but I can't do that.
I also think about things too sometimes in
Yeah.
my head. So I have like three different things going on, and then someone will walk in the room and say something, and sometimes I catch it. Ashley, if you're listening, I listen to you. I promise I pause it. Yeah, my last week wasn't as exciting. I don't even remember what I did last week. It was mostly working and what did I do?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I know the weekend before. I think the weekend before was the exciting one where me and Taylor had our annual Potterthon weekend. I didn't get to talk about it last time because I tried to on the podcast. I tried to, and I was having audio problems and got
Yeah.
sick of repeating it. So I was like, never mind. They don't get to know.
After like the fourth or fifth take, you're like, yeah, no.
Yeah, I was like, forget it. Maybe next time, or if I even feel like it. Yeah, we sat our butts down on my couch from Friday night to Sunday morning and watched Harry Potter the entire time. Had lots of snacks, lots of
Mm.
cheese and stuff like that. And then Sunday morning, there was a brunch that me and her, Ryan and Sean went to. A Harry Potter themed brunch. So the menu items were all named after Harry Potter stuff. And then there was like a drink menu. And we were only going to get one drink when we went there because we're like, it's 11 o'clock in the morning. We don't need to be drinking this early. But we're like, we have to at least get the butter beer
Mm.
because like you have to. It's a Harry Potter. It's like the classic Harry Potter drink.
But
So
was it beer?
no,
Beer?
it was like cream soda, butterscotch schnapps,
Okay.
and then that's how we were making it at home because we did make it here while we were watching the movies. But then at the restaurant they added vanilla vodka and whipped cream,
Mm.
and it looked pretty cool. But then that was the only one we were gonna get, and then we just happened to see while we were drinking that one, we saw someone near us getting a drink called the Leaky Cauldron, and
Mm.
it was shaped like a cauldron, and like it was like in a clear one, and it was like truly berry flavor and some other stuff I don't even remember, but there was dry ice in it, so it made it look like it was like a potion. And then they put a cute little gummy frog in it, and we saw that across the like we were sitting at the bar table, or just like the bar area, and it was like shaped like a rectangle. So we saw someone on like the other side of the corner get that, and we're like, we have to get that.
Mm.
There's no way we're leaving here without it. So,
What is truly berry?
oh, truly, it's a seltzer.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. It just sounds weird when you're
The
talking about it.
drink that tastes like TV static.
Yep. that one, but it's berry flavored. Yeah, berry flavored static, but it was like purple, so it just kind of tasted like glorified grape soda, which I don't really love, but I loved the aesthetic of it, so I had it all. It was good. And the breakfast was good too.
That
And then they
sounds
had
like
Harry
a good
Potter
time.
decorations everywhere. They had candles and pumpkins hanging from the ceiling and Dementors, and they had a giant Aragog spider.
Ew.
Yeah, it was great. And they had a costume contest that we did not enter, but I was wearing my Weasley sweater with the C on it.
Hmm.
And Taylor had on our t shirt from last year's Potterthon, which just reminded me I need to make our t shirt for this year. I meant to do
I
it.
didn't know you made it every year.
Well, no, we made it last year with the intention of continuing to do it because this was our fourth annual Potterthon. And last year I was like, we should be making t-shirts. And so last year I dedicated it to Hagrid because Robbie Coltrane died
Oh,
like literally a week before our Potterthon. And then this year, a week before our Potterthon, or a few days, I don't remember how many days it was, Michael Gambon died, and he plays Dumbledore. So I was,
oh yeah.
yeah, so I'm dedicating our T-shirt this year to that, or to him. So
I
yeah,
was like freaking out when I heard that because I knew that your Potterthon was coming up. And
it
I was
keeps
like,
happening right
I
before
know.
it. It's wild. Like I'm gonna be devastated the year it's McGonagall.
You need to stop having Potterthons
No,
then.
no, 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 because we dedicate it to them.
It's all your fault.
No, we
Just kidding.
dedicate it to them if they pass away. Which is really sad. Usually we'll watch the reunion after we finish all the movies, but this year we substituted it for the brunch
Oh, okay.
because usually we'll watch it Sunday morning to like kind of decompress afterwards. And then we get to see all the actors like loving each other and like saying hi. And then
Oh.
last year we like cried when Robbie Coltrane came up and he was
Oh.
just like, I'm not gonna last forever, but Hagrid will.
That hurts.
I know.
That really
We knew it
hurts.
was coming too, and we still like cried when it came up.
Mm.
I don't remember if Michael Gambon was in it though, because we forgot. We didn't forget to watch it. We just didn't watch it this year because of brunch.
I
But
think it's cool that the brunch landed on the same weekend as your Potterthon.
yeah, I genuinely couldn't remember if we planned it around that or if it just happened to be on the same weekend. I think it happened to be on the same weekend, and I texted her. I was like, "Well, we have to go to it.
Yeah.
Like, we just have to because it landed on our weekend."
Either way, I think that's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. So yeah, that was 2 weeks ago. That was. I'm still basking in that Harry Potter light from last week.
Oh, yeah.
So not much else has topped that. It's story time now, and Brandi gets to go first this week.
Alrighty. So, our genre for our story is science fiction. The special item is a cup, and the setting is in like hairdresser, salon type place.
Yeah.
Alrighty. It's a sunny Saturday afternoon in the town of Whitman. Sarah has a hair appointment at 2 o'clock. Every Saturday, she does the same thing. She goes down to her local coffee shop and gets a medium iced mocha for herself with extra mocha and regular cream and sugar, and a medium hot coffee with French vanilla for her stylist.
Is that your coffee order?
Yes.
I knew it.
Yes. It's the only thing I know.
Are they both your coffee order? Like your backup is the French vanilla?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are good friends. She always has a standing hair appointment where they have time to talk about the town gossip and just everyday life. Sarah is high maintenance, and she has a certain way she likes everything, down from her outfits and makeup to the way she keeps her hair. She keeps her house neat and tidy, everything has a place. Like the car, it has black leather interior, nothing on the ground or seats, not a crumb or a speck of dirt in sight.
The complete opposite of my car.
Yeah, mine too. It looks brand new. She keeps her routine every day, and there's no changing it. Monday through Friday, she goes to her 9 to 5 job as a receptionist at the local hospital. She goes home to cook and clean and gets ready for the next day. Fridays, though, are a little bit more special for her. because she gets to go to her friend's house for a game night. As you can tell, she is routine oriented. Sarah makes it to the salon and parks her car in the same place as she does every week. Things are all going as planned. She walks in and proceeds to walk up to the check-in desk. She says, "Hello, it's Sarah. I'm here for my weekly appointment," as she stands there with 2 coffees in her hand and a wild smile on her face. She's ready to chat up the stylist.
Wait, she gets a haircut every week?
Yes.
How short is her hair?
You know, like, you just, like, gotta maintain it. You know
Every
those
week?
old ladies that, like, just go, like, every single week?
No.
You don't know those?
I mean, not that I know of. I believe you. Okay.
The receptionist responds with, "Hi, Sarah. Nice to see you again. Unfortunately, Carol couldn't make it today, but she set you up with our new talented hairstylist." Sarah's face turned from happy to concerned. She always goes to Carol. She never goes to anyone else. Now she has to deal with a completely new person, and she doesn't know how she likes her hair done. What is she going to talk about with her? She reluctantly walks over to the chair. The lady turns around with a wild colored hair. She has piercings on her face and tattoos everywhere.
Oh no.
Since Sarah is a judgmental person, she automatically had negative feelings about her. She reluctantly sat down and tried to make small talk. Lucy says, "Hello, it's so nice to meet you. You were my first client of the day. I'm so excited to work with you today. What can I do for you? What are you feeling?" Sarah responds short, saying, "Well, Carol always knows what I want, so I couldn't tell you the procedure. So I guess do whatever you want and I'll have her fix it next week," she says, with a side eye and an attitude in her voice. Lucy responds with, "Well, if you want to do something that you haven't done before, I have a few ideas that will really get you out of your shell and open up a whole new world for you in style," she says with excitement in her voice. "Okay, whatever, I guess. Just don't make me ugly, please,"
Oh boy.
Sarah says. "You have nothing to worry about, girlie. You're going to have a lot of fun with this one. I think you will notice your week will also come with new experiences as well. You will feel more confident, and you will be surprised with what you encounter with a new style and outlook," Lucy explains with a mischievous smile on her face.
I'm nervous for her. Like, I'm just picturing, like, she's gotta leave there with, like, a pink mohawk.
Lucy grabs the mixing cup and gets to work with combining her colors together. She turns Sarah away from the mirror and says, "I want you to be surprised. No looking until we're done."
Oh my god.
Sarah's nervous at this point and considers running away and just return next week. But something told her to relax and not to worry about it. Maybe she's right and needs a change.
That's good for her, keeping an open mind.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Lucy continues with her work with full color, wash and cut. What seems to have been hours, Lucy finally finishes her work. They were silent the entire time. Lucy finally says, "Are you ready to see the final product? I think you're really gonna like it." Sarah says nervously, "Yeah, I guess." She closes her eyes tightly and slowly opens them to see that she looks exactly the same as she walked in.
What?
With a little bit of relief and a little bit of sadness, she says, "I look exactly the same. I thought you were doing something different. What happened to the whole new world crap that you were going on about?" "Oh, don't you worry. You will figure out that you really are different. Just sleep on it tonight. But wait to shower until the next day so the color will settle. Also, I need you to use this special shampoo and conditioner. This will make the color really stand out throughout the week," says Lucy with a side smirk. "Alrighty then, I must go now," Sarah says as she checks out. Sarah leaves the salon kind of annoyed. She feels like she wasted her entire day. She didn't get to talk to her normal hairstylist, and she didn't get the new look like Lucy said she would get. Sarah gets in the car and puts her seatbelt on, feeling sad as she adjusts her rear view mirror and sees herself. She does a double take and says, "My hair is blue! Why is it blue? It was just brown!" She gets out of the car and runs back into the salon and screams, "What did you do? My hair is blue!" And now she is extremely angry. The lady next to her says, "Actually, ma'am, your hair is red, not blue." Sarah looks in the mirror only to notice that her hair is a deep red and not a bright blue like she originally saw.
Oh, does it change colors?
Maybe.
That's cool. I want that.
Lucy looks at her and says, "That is the color that you left with. You said you liked it." At this point, Sarah is extremely confused now and leaves. She thinks maybe she's right. It probably was just a reflection in the mirror. And she finally got home and her hair was back to brown, so she was thinking maybe I just need to go to sleep. I might be seeing things, but first I need to shower. She takes her special shampoo and conditioner and showers. She got out and thought, oh crap, I wasn't supposed to do that until tomorrow. But she shrugs it off and dries off and puts on her PJs for the night. Her head hits the pillow and she drifts off into a deep sleep. She starts to dream vividly, or so she thinks. She feels her body tense up and it feels like she's going through a vortex through time. She falls through the sky. She ends up back in the salon. But everyone looks different in a way that they look like people that she saw earlier, but there are also some weird differences to all of them. Their eyes were slightly larger, and the cheekbones were pointy as well as the chin. But other than that, they all looked normal.
What did Lucy do to her?
She walks into the shop and spots Lucy. She approaches her asking, "Am I dreaming? I must be dreaming. I was just here." Lucy turns around and says, "I told you not to shower until tomorrow. The chemicals need time to set correctly. Now the powers are going to be all wonky now.
Powers?
But it's okay. Maybe they'll even out. But join us. This is the experience that I was talking about this week." Sarah was confused, thinking, nope, it's just a dream. I'll wake up soon. Instead, she decided to play along with whatever Lucy had planned for her. She thought it wasn't real anyway, so what could possibly go wrong? Lucy says, "Okay, now that you have joined us earlier than expected, let me give you the rundown of what I did today. You seem like a very closed-off person, so I figured I'd give you a mood-changing hair color. So whatever emotion you're feeling will show up in your hair. This morning, when you stormed into the salon, the hair was red, so that meant you were angry.
Oh, I like that.
Blue means sadness or dissatisfaction. Green means ill or anxiety feeling. Pink means you are in love. And then your normal brown hair means you are content and nothing feels wrong. Yellow or blonde means you are happy or excited. I made it so you can talk about what you are feeling to others easier."
Aw, that's so thoughtful.
Sarah's hair started to turn red. "I never said you could do that. I have a right to keep what I'm feeling to myself. I don't need people questioning what I'm feeling all the time. What if what I'm feeling is the wrong thing and I get made fun of?"
Oh, she's got a point.
Her hair starts to turn green as she's talking. "See, I didn't want you to know how I felt, and now I'm embarrassed." Sarah started to feel sad. Her hair turns blue. "I don't want people to know exactly what I'm feeling or thinking all the time." Lucy says, "Hey, don't worry about it. I think you will surprise yourself with how you feel, and maybe you can make some adjustments in your life. I want you to take a walk with me." They both walk out of the salon. Everything looks the same, but the people look different. They all have the same face shape as Lucy. We keep walking. The neighborhoods are all similar. The street signs are the same. We keep going. The people start to take on different shapes inside. Some have tails and pointy ears, and others start to have different patterns on their skin, just like you would see on a tiger or leopard. Sarah's hair starts to turn red as she's getting angry. "What is the point of all this? Why did you bring me here? I want to go home." Lucy finally stops and says, "Here we are. This is your home and your alternate reality."
Wait, so did the hairstylist, like when she did her hair, did that change it, the reality, like somehow?
So basically, she fell asleep and her hair also had the power to like put her in an alternate reality, so then she could show her
Oh,
exactly what
okay.
she did.
So when she showered when she wasn't supposed to, that's when it happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we are. This is your home in your alternate reality. Come look through the window. Sarah peers through the window and sees her with a man that she's never seen before. She notices her hair is pink and the two are slow dancing.
Oh.
The woman looks like her, but she has all the features like the creatures of this planet. Then she sees three little children run into the living room, and the woman looks so happy and excited, and her hair turns into a mix of pink and yellow, which means she is both happy and in love. Sarah turns to Lucy and asks, again, why am I here? What is the point of all of this? Why would you show me this? This is unattainable in my life. Lucy says, why would you say that? What has brought you to this point in your life? Why can't you accept love from other people? Sarah's hair turns blue. I don't know why I'm like this. I want to have all this, but I don't know how. I have a certain way of doing things, and it's worked just fine. Lucy explains, but don't you want more than doing the same thing day after day? Don't you want some adventure? I mean, sure, that would be fun, but I don't have any friends that can do all that. Everyone has jobs and events to tend to, soccer games for the kids, or they all are excelling in their careers. All I have is my weekly hair appointment that I get to look forward to. Lucy then says, come with me. I want to show you how to have fun. Do you trust me? Lucy extends her hand to Sarah, and she ends up taking it. They start to levitate off the ground, and then suddenly they shoot off through the sky, and they transport through the space-time continuum. They land on Mars and start jumping through the mountains and valleys. They float through all the planets and explore each one carefully. Then Lucy brings Sarah back to Earth. She says, this is our last stop. I want you to find joy where you are living. Try to find happiness wherever you are. I promise if you look hard enough and make the effort to allow people in your life, you will find what you are looking for. 5 years later.
Ooh.
Sarah gets out of her car carrying a large box, and she hears behind her, hey honey, let me get that for you. You can grab the baby. A smile comes across her face, and she says, sure, sweetie, thank you for your help. Her hair gets blonde and pink highlights through her hair as she says that. Only her and her husband can see the color changing hair, but it helps her with communication. She often thinks about Lucy. She wonders how she's doing. If only she could see her again to thank her for helping her through her issues. If it wasn't for Lucy, she wouldn't be where she was today. Sarah is still routine oriented, but she has more flexibility to her life. She is willing to let the messiness of life be and is able to go with the flow through the chaos and joy of her children. Sarah still has one thing that she does not give up on, her weekly hair appointment at the salon. She walks in with her 2 coffees, checks in, and walks over to the chair. The woman turns her around and Sarah's hair turns blonde. She is face to face with Lucy again. The biggest smile comes across Sarah's face, and all she can say is, thank you for changing my life. The end.
Aw, that was really deep. That's nice, though.
Thanks.
Glad you found a happily ever after.
Me too.
Yeah.
Alrighty. It's your... Wow.
Good start, good start.
Alrighty. It's your turn, Corinne.
Yes, it's my turn, and I know you don't like to title yours, but
Oh, yeah.
the title of mine is called, this is such a dumb title, but I couldn't think of anything better. It's called A Cut Above the Stars.
Oh, I'm intrigued.
You might want to rethink that "aww" afterwards.
Oh, no.
Alright, let's see. I've known since I was 4 years old that I wanted to be a hairdresser when I grew up. My favorite Christmas presents were that pink and white vanity. You know, it was the Fisher Price or something, and it had big movie star light bulbs around a warped sticker of a mirror. And the Barbie mannequin head where you do her hair and makeup. That poor Barbie had so much sticky toddler makeup stuck in the creases of her mouth and stains on her eyes and cheeks from the time I tried to use lipstick as blush and eyeshadow. Regardless, I learned from watching countless videos as I got older of how to properly apply makeup and French braid my own hair. Which, side note, I can't do that.
Yeah,
I can't French braid other people's hair either.
I don't get how people can do it.
It doesn't compute. Like my fingers can't do it, my brain can't do it, especially on my own head. I've tried and it just doesn't work.
It's too confusing.
Yeah. While all of my fellow classmates applied for college, I applied to my dream cosmetology school and I got in. I graduated top of my class and opened my own thriving salon in my parents' basement. And this is where my life was before it was turned upside down and reality started slipping away from me.
Oh dear.
Yeah. It was a busy day with a client who wanted to go from dark brown hair to pink, so most of the time was dedicated to bleaching her hair. While we waited for the bleach to do its thing, I saw other clients for basic haircuts. It was an enjoyable day, and her pink hair turned out great. But I was pooped and ready for bed when I got home. After dinner, I curled up with a good book and a cup of hot herbal tea and fell asleep while reading. Now, what happens next is something I would have blamed on the book if I was reading something other than a Nicholas Sparks book. I woke up to a light shining through my window and directly onto my face. As I slowly started to wake up and pull myself out of a sleepy daze, a figure was silhouetted in the light and walking towards me.
That's terrifying.
I know. Before I knew what was happening, I started to levitate out of bed and towards the window. I wanted to get my feet on the ground and run, but I was paralyzed. Not just in fear, but actually paralyzed.
Oh my god.
I couldn't move a muscle, even to scream. My heart was beating out of my chest as I watched myself float out of the window and up into what I can only describe as a UFO. Then I blacked out.
You know, the paralyzed, that's called sleep paralysis, and it's terrible.
Yeah. I've had that before. I've woken up from a nightmare and was like just terrified. When I woke up, I was strapped to a chair. I was still paralyzed, but was fully conscious and could move my eyes around to take in my surroundings. There were at least a few dozen other people strapped to chairs all around the room, and most of them were awake as well. The room was a large circle, and we were all lined up against the wall, with more unoccupied chairs. My heart sank as I guessed that our trip wouldn't be complete without all of the other chairs filled. The ship whirred, and I could feel the G-force like we were on an intense roller coaster shooting upwards into the sky. Time was ticking by in silence, so I allowed myself to try and assess the situation. If they were going to harvest our organs, we'd be strapped to a table rather than a chair. Huh? Oh, yeah. So I shoved that fear aside. Beside each of us was a small side table, so they were planning on doing something to us that required tools to be laid out next to us, which then made me think about the dentist. Were they going to take our teeth?
Oh my god.
There was also an archway door that had a porthole window, and on the other side of the window I could see the top corner of what I thought was a TV. The screen was on and was playing something, but I couldn't see it to determine what it was. After a while of staring, I noticed that there was definitely a repeating pattern, and that they must be playing something on loop. Then the door opened and in floated a new unconscious person, followed by, I kid you not, little gray aliens. There were only two of them, and they each had a hand held up like they were using telekinetic powers to keep the woman hovering in the air. The part of this whole scenario that threw me for a loop, however, was that each of the Greys were wearing a voluptuous wig. One was a straight-haired blonde, and the other was a curly-haired brunette. I was speechless. Not that I could speak anyways, as I watched them lead the woman to the empty chair next to me and strap her in. After the Greys left, the woman's eyes opened and I watched her experience what I had only hours ago. My mind raced as I tried to put the pieces together and figure out why we were chosen to be abducted, and as the night went on, they picked up more and more people and filled every chair. There had to be about 50 of us now. Before too long, the door opened again, and this time a group of different species of aliens walked in, led by a team of Greys. They were all babbling to each other as they dispersed throughout the room and started pointing at people and playing with their hair. I couldn't understand what they were saying until one of the Greys walked over and scanned my head. Suddenly, I could understand everyone in the room. A tall and slim green alien stopped in front of the woman in the chair next to me and started feeling her hair. A gray in a purple wig came over to accompany them. I wanted red hair like this, but maybe just a little shorter to rest just below my shoulders, said the green one. Okay, great, the purple-haired gray said while taking notes on the tablet. We can cut it to the right length for you once the wig is made, if this is the one you like. The woman's eyes went wide as the green one said yes. Perfect, the gray said as they summoned over another gray with blonde and brunette striped hair, who carried a small box that they placed on the side table. My heart pounded in anticipation when they opened it, but they only pulled out an electric razor. The woman's eyes went from confusion to panic as we realized together what they were going to do. It's all right, the gray with the striped hair said in a soothing voice as they patted the woman's head gently. This won't hurt you at all. We are only shaving off your hair and we'll be all done. Sorry. Then looking at the green alien, they get skittish if we don't allow them to understand us. Once we tell them that we're only taking their hair, they usually calm down. Although some of them get a little feisty, so we've had to take the precaution of keeping them sedated for our own safety.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's really fair, I guess.
Aw, poor creatures, said the green one. But they can grow their hair back, right? Oh, yes, replied the gray with the purple hair. Their hair grows back so fast, so this doesn't hurt their ability to survive in any way. The striped-haired gray then flicked on the razor and started shaving off all of her hair. The green one watched in excitement as the fiery red hair fell to the ground in chunks. As they started bagging the newly fallen hair, my focus was then shifted to a gray with permed black hair, who was accompanied by a reptilian being now standing in front of me. They started playing with my hair and pulling at it to test its durability. I'm very active, said the reptilian, so I need one that's going to withstand my lifestyle. I need to be able to put it up for the game and then still be fabulous for a night out. Oh, yes, of course, replied the black-haired gray. We picked this one out specifically for someone like you. This hair has been treated with protectants and strengtheners for years, so it grows healthy and strong. Look, no split ends in sight. The reptilian nodded in approval as they inspected the ends of my hair and ran their claws through it. A shudder tingled down my spine. I'll take this one, the reptilian said. I was looking right at them in fury, and they completely avoided eye contact.
Mm-hmm.
As they sheared my head like a sheep, leaving me completely bald, I continued to glare. They bagged every last strand of my golden, wavy hair and turned to leave without a second glance.
I'd be so mad.
Well, that's why you'd be sedated.
Yeah.
Around the room, there were countless other species of every shape, size, and color inspecting the human's hair and picking out their favorites. It made sense now that there was such a variety of human beings there from seemingly every culture and style. Most had natural hair, but there were a few with bright colors such as green, pink, blue, and rainbow, to which I would hear an alien excitedly say, I can't believe you found one in this color. It's exactly what I wanted. The door to the room was left open as everyone was frequently coming and going from what looked like the waiting room. There was seating where groups were called into the room when it was their turn to look, and a front desk to check in and out of. I could also see the full TV screen now and could hear the audio from the infomercial that they had playing on repeat over the commotion. And here's the infomercial. Welcome to A Cut Above the Stars. We are a traveling hair salon, the best in all of space and time. Our starship is well equipped with top-notch hyperspeed technology, so no planet is too far for us. Cut to a gray alien trying on a curly blonde wig. We make the best wigs around, made from only the healthiest human hair from planet Earth. We get our hair right from the source, with no middleman to tangle it up or mark up the price. Rest assured, you will have the most stylish hair out of all of your friends for the best bang for your credit. Call our number below to schedule your free hologram consultation. When I woke up in my bed, I looked around to see my book and now cold cup of tea sitting on my bedside table, along with a note. Thank you for your donation. We wish you well. And that was it. I felt my bald head and started to cry from a mixture of trauma and relief that I was still alive. As the morning went on, the notes started to turn from English to markings I didn't recognize. Whatever they did to me to understand them was wearing off. I didn't know how I was going to explain any of this to anyone, so I decided to keep it to myself. I knew what I needed to do, so I canceled today's appointments and headed off to the wig shop. The end.
Wow.
So a bit not as wholesome as yours, but
I mean, that's pretty good though.
oh, thank you.
Like, you're like, thanks for your donation. I didn't donate, but sure.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, the aliens, they just see us as creatures or something that they can just mess with, I guess.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really blame them. We're kind of a mess, so
Yeah.
that's why they don't talk to us.
That'd be fun if they did.
Mm.
Or they would just do that.
Well, according to the government, they have been talking to us. We've just been actively ignoring them.
Really?
You didn't see that?
No.
Like a couple months ago, there was like that whole thing that like Congress was like trying to tell us like, yes, we've talked to aliens. They've been telling us to stop nuking each other because we're gonna kill ourselves, and we've been trying to hide it from all of you. And like they literally had like a whole like a whole thing televised of them just like telling of their evidence. Like some people were like, I've talked to them, and then they tried to like show us a dead body of one, and we're like, yeah, good try. That's from Spirit Halloween,
Yeah.
probably. Like, but like basically they're like, guys, no, aliens are real. We don't know what to do about it anymore because we didn't listen to them, and now we're all screwed. And everyone's like, yeah, whatever, we don't care.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I thought. Like, they're like, oh, if there's aliens. We're like, yeah, but the house market, though.
Yeah. Yeah,
The
lower the
house
cost of
market.
living. And everyone's like, what are you hiding?
Mm-hmm.
You know, all these years they've been trying to hide aliens from us. Now they're showing it to us, and we're like, yeah, no, we don't. Like, we already knew this was happening. What are you distracting us from?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so those are a couple of good stories. I liked
Yeah.
yours. It was very original, I thought.
And I liked yours.
Oh, thank you.
It's very cute. But I would be mad if I saw one of them in my house.
The aliens.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. The gray aliens. That's like a typical alien trope.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people that have claimed to see aliens, like a lot, like not all of them, but like a lot of them have claimed that they've been like the little gray guys. So
I feel like it would actually kind of be cute, right?
I mean, maybe I was picturing Roger from
Oh, American Dad?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
My brain doesn't work anymore.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now we gotta come up with our categories for next week.
Yes. What do the coconuts say?
Yes. And in case you're trying to picture what we're talking about when we're talking about the coconuts, we'll post a picture of our coconuts that have all the category like slips of paper in it that we keep shaking up and then we take one out. We'll put that up, we'll put those on our Instagram. So our first one
Is our genre.
this is our genre.
Pick a good one.
I'll do my best. Okay, what is this? Ooh, dystopian.
Ooh.
It said it's a branch off of science fiction.
Okay.
So did you want to do another science fiction or do you want to do a different one?
No.
Okay.
The coconuts have spoken.
Okay. So, as a definition for dystopian, just because it's like a version of science fiction, have a bleak and frightening vision of the future, often the aftermath of a disaster, facing things like oppressive governments, Black Mirror esque tech, and environmental ruin.
Okay.
So, like post apocalyptic, basically.
I got you on this.
Okay. That could be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Think Walking Dead or something like that.
Yeah.
So you want to do the next one, which is the setting.
What does the coconut say? Church.
Church. Wait. So a dystopian at church. Okay, that could be spooky.
Yeah.
My mind is always going to be in Halloween mode, just so everyone knows. I'm probably I'll do my best to branch out, but so far there's just been too many good opportunities to make these stories a little spooky. And I'll do the last one. The last one is our challenge. See what we get to do. We have to include a chicken.
Okay, I got you. So,
Cool.
to reiterate, a dystopian located in a church
Uh-huh.
with a chicken.
With a chicken. That's
Gotcha.
right. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Probably be a little easier than doing a science fiction in a hair salon. So
I mean, is the chicken alive? Does
it
it
can be in
matter?
any form you need it to be.
Okay.
It could be food, it could be a pet, it could be whatever you need it.
Okay. We got this.
Yeah, that'll be fun. So we'll see everyone next week. Happy November.
Happy November.
It's going to be the end of the year before we know it.
Yeah.
So don't forget to start Christmas shopping now, probably. That'll be a good idea.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah, don't do what I do and wait till after Thanksgiving because it gets very overwhelming and expensive.
I have a few ideas so far, but I just need to buy it.
Oh yeah. I'm great at coming up with ideas.
Yeah.
And then I like make a list and then I just don't do it until it's almost too late and I get really flustered.
Then you're like, why isn't it getting to my house quick enough?
Not even
When it's
that
like 2 days before Christmas.
Yeah. So everyone have a great week. Thank you for listening and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.